London, where a couple accused of holding 3 women captive for the past 30 years is now free on bail. It happened in the borough of Lambeth, there in South London, less than 2 kilometers from Parliament. The women who were freed last month range in age from 30 to 69, one from Britain, one from Ireland, and one from Malaysia.
We still don't know exactly where this police investigation is centred, but what we have been getting overnight is some more details about it, about what police now say is a staggering example of people being held against their will. As you said at the outset, their charity workers say they were kept in horrific conditions. But there are gaps in what we know, and what the police have been telling us overnight is very much that this is the very early stages of their inquiries. It's sensitive, it's complex, and it spans back 3 decades, and that is what is staggering the police, that the time frame is of a magnitude that they have never seen before. But as I say, in the early hours of this morning we did get more details. We know, for example, now that they haven't found any evidence to suggest anything of a sexual nature, and that other sort of key development, those 2 people arrested yesterday have now been released on bail.
The Home Secretary, Theresa May, says that this is truly shocking and that she is they will be redoubling their efforts at fighting any kind of modern slavery. The police say that they have never seen a case like it. The longest they've ever seen of people being held in captivity is 10 years. A reminder here that the allegation is that it's 30 years. The media is trying to find out as much as they can about this story, and it won't surprise you to hear that it is absolutely headline news here.
Modern-day slavery, it's being called. 3 women trapped, hidden in the South London suburbs, living as domestic servants without pay. And kept there for 30 years, police say, in the shadow of tourist attractions like the London Eye. Nearby at Scotland Yard, the lead detective shocked.
We have seen some cases where people have been held for up to 10 years, but we have never seen anything of this magnitude before. All 3 women were highly traumatised and were taken to a place of safety where they remain.
There are chilling comparisons to other cases. The 3 young women kidnapped in Cleveland for a decade, and Elizabeth Fritzl, held by her father in an Austrian dungeon for 24 years. The London kidnapping was 30 years, so long that President Reagan was in his first term, Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister. One of the 3 women rescued may have been born in captivity.
Police say the decades of control ended after a TV program about forced marriages and slavery prompted one of the women to contact the Freedom Charity for help. It took time to organise a safe escape.
I think one of the key things was gaining trust and being very gentle and very soft in order not to overwhelm them with too many questions, but ensuring that they were happy to disclose information in a very controlled and positive way.
Police working for the Human Trafficking Unit say this is the worst case they've ever encountered. The women are now in a safe house. They were rescued in October, but police say it took time to gather information from the 3 women and check the extraordinary story was true. A crime, if proven, committed in the midst of millions.
Detectives believe the women were not sexually assaulted, but had suffered some physical and mental abuse.
Initially, police had no idea at all where the women were being held. Then they narrowed it down to this borough, Lambeth. Then they identified the house itself. After rescuing the women, it's taken detectives weeks to piece together their extraordinary story. And there are still many unanswered questions.